Hello guys, welcome back my channel.
Welcome back everyone to
Wow.
another episode of Dominant Hit Drama, where we break down some of the best and most brutal moments in women's wrestling. And today we are covering Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, women's final battle. Now this was the main event of the March 26th, 2023 episode of Raw, where Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair finally had their one-on-one match after weeks of build-up. Let's get into it! First up, we have to start with Rhea hitting her natural selection right off the bat. This is an incredible power move by Rhea where she scoops up Flair, drops her down, and then hits a fall-away slam. It is so much fun to see Rhea unleash this kind of offense, especially on someone like Charlotte, who has held multiple world titles in WWE. Rhea just bulldozes through Flair, lifting her right off her feet and sending her crashing down. The force that Rhea is moving with here is incredibly impressive, especially for a woman. And I cannot believe she is able to do this every single week on television. After dropping Charlotte with the natural selection, Rhea goes for the pin, but Charlotte kicks out. Now, if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know how much we love a good table spot, and thankfully, we got one here. After Rhea misses a moonsault, Charlotte counters with a big boot to the face. Then, both women end up crashing through the table at ringside. It looks like they go for this pretty simultaneously, so I can't say for sure who initiated this. But either way, got ourselves a double table spot. And what happens next is actually really cool. While Rhea is trying to recover from this, the referee takes a bump. I'm not entirely sure if this was planned or not, but he takes a bump into the ring post. Either way, this leaves the door open for interference from Judgment Day. So while Rhea is still recovering and trying to get herself untangled from the wreckage, Finn Balor comes into the ring and distracts the referee. Then Priest tries to interfere and attack Rhea, but she fights him off. Unfortunately, this leaves Rhea vulnerable, and Charlotte takes advantage. She hits a big boot to the face and then follows up with a flying crossbody for a near fall. This is a great sequence of events for Charlotte. Big boot to the face and then a big flying move to follow it up. If this was anyone else other than Rhea Ripley, I think this would have definitely been enough to win the match. But Rhea kicks out at 2. Now, I think that Charlotte maybe should have won here. But this is exactly why you do want to have your champion tap out on non-televised television. Unless you have a very good reason for it. Because when Rhea kicks out here, there is absolutely no doubt that Rhea is going over. Charlotte has already tapped twice on Raw in the last month. And even though this is an untitled match, you need to protect your champion. So unfortunately, we have to assume that Rhea was going over here. So now Charlotte is starting to get frustrated. She whips Rhea into the corner and lays some chops across her chest. But Rhea fires back with a big right hand and then runs wild with a flurry of strikes. Rhea then signals for the riptide, but Charlotte counters and hits us. These two women are just wrecking each other. Honestly, it's incredible to watch. After taking a breather, Rhea goes back to work on Charlotte and hits a delayed vertical suplex. And honestly, this thing looked absolutely brutal. Then Rhea goes for the figure-eight lock. And I will never understand people who say that the figure-eight isn't a submission. Like, this is absolutely a submission. If someone passes out in this hold, they are topping. It is a submission. and it is a great one. Thankfully, Charlotte is able to escape and avoid tapping out. Now Charlotte goes for a power move of her own, but Rhea counters and hits a fall-away slam. Rhea then signals for the Riptide once again, and this time Charlotte is able to counter and hit a low blow. Yes, sir? This was clean. Charlotte absolutely clocked Rhea right in the jewels, and you could see how much it affected her. I am assuming that this was not planned. I don't think any wrestler ever plans to hit a low blow, but it is one of those things where it was so obvious that Charlotte needed something, and she went for it and got it. Rhea was selling it perfectly. So, kudos to Charlotte for being able to adapt and add that into the match. After the low blow, Charlotte goes for the cover, but only gets a 2 count. Charlotte is starting to panic. She needs to finish this off. She climbs to the top rope and hits a dive-in moonsault. She immediately regrets that decision as she lands on her neck. This looked very awkward, and I'm assuming that this was not part of the plan. Rhea moves out of the way and then hits the avalanche. Riptide for the pinfall victory. This was an incredible match. And even though I think that Charlotte should have won, especially considering that this was a non-title match, Rhea more than proved that she deserves to be the top dog in the women's division. The action was fast-paced and hard-hitting. Both women brought their absolute best to the table, and the result was an awesome match. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Do you agree that Rhea should have retained, or do you think that Charlotte should have picked up the win? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I thought that this might be the last time we see these two women square off for a little bit. But thankfully, that is not the case. According to reports, Rhea and Charlotte are set to collide yet again in WrestleMania 39. And if their previous encounters are any indication, this match is going to be a banger. Now, speaking of WrestleMania, I've already started working on my predictions video for the event. And let me tell you, I have some bold predictions for this year's show. I also have a video coming up talking about all of the dream matches that we need to see this year at So make sure to stay tuned so you don't miss out on any of our coverage. If you enjoyed this dominant hit drama match, check out the playlist for more. We covered all of the best and most brutal moments in women's wrestling. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, because it really helps us out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
If you're watching my video, please subscribe my channel.